If you're planning on growing peppers this year, then this is a video for you. We're at the end of February, basically on the doorstep of March, and if you haven't started your peppers yet, then you need to get them started right now, especially if you live in a cold climate. Now, I usually tell you to follow the instructions on the back of your seed packet. However, most pepper packets recommend that you start your seeds in a 6 to 8 week window before your last frost. In my experience, if you stick to that 6 to 8 week timeline in a cold climate, you're setting yourself up for a late harvest. Peppers need a long runway to mature before they even think about blooming or setting fruit. In the past, I followed that shorter window and I'd finally get a harvest right at the end of the season, right when frost was knocking at my door. Starting that late just doesn't make sense anymore. We want to be picking our peppers in July and August, not September and October. And starting them now gives us a head start so that we can grow those big, robust plants. But before we get started, if you're new here, hi guys, my name is Marsha. I'm the Blackthumbgardener and I live in Ontario, Canada, Zone 5B, and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, I'd love for you to subscribe, and if you're returning, welcome back, and thank you so much for supporting my channel. Now let's get started. We need to head down to the grow room to grab my pepper seeds, and since we're heading downstairs, I'm going to grab the strawberries that we started about a month ago that have been cold stratifying in the refrigerator. It's time to get them under grow lights so the seeds can wake up. Now let's talk environment. If you're growing in a cold space like a garage or a basement like I am, then starting now is a must, especially if you aren't using a heat mat. Without a heat mat, peppers can take anywhere from 14 to 21 days to sprout, and you may even experience low germination rates. So peppers are native to Central and South America. They're tropical heat lovers, and we want to mimic their habitat by keeping the soil temperatures between 25 to 29 degrees Celsius for germination. I'm using this Grow East seed starting tray. After being sick a few weeks ago and losing my celery plants because the cells dried out, I'm not taking chances. This system is a bit more hands-off and self-watering, which is a lifesaver when things get busy. Now, I've already filled it with potting mix ready to go, so we just need to grab the seeds, labels, and a garden marker. Now, in my last video, I went through my seed storage system, and if you're interested, I'll add that in the description below. I have all of my supplies, so now let's head back upstairs. So today I'm starting both sweet and hot peppers, and let's go through the selection before we get started. Starting off with the sweet banana pepper, this is from Vessi Seeds. This one's supposed to be very productive and really good to grow in containers, so if you're short on space, this is a great pick. Next, by Renee's Garden, we have the Italian sweet pepper. This one is called Sunset Mix. This one is great for roasting, so if you love roasting peppers and you also love adding them to your pizzas, then this one is definitely a great pick. Then we have Tequila Sunrise, and honestly guys, I got this because of the color of the peppers. Just look at that beautiful sunrise color. Now this one is sweet, but it also has a hint of citrus, which is fun. And last but not least, my favorite sweet pepper of all time, we have King of the North. Guys, if you're a northern or cold climate gardener and you have a short growing season and you struggle with growing peppers, then this is the one for you. This is bred to adapt to our short climate and cold season. So if you love sweet peppers but have a lot of difficulty growing them, then definitely try King of the North. Now moving on to our hot peppers. Are you feeling hot, hot, hot? Because I am. We are starting off with red habanero. Now I grew this last year. I just find habaneros are just great to have on hand and all around great spicy pepper. And then next we have an early jalapeno, not as spicy, and this one is also bred for our cold and short seasons in the north. So if you struggle with getting a harvest of jalapenos at the end of the season, then definitely try this variety. Next we have Thai chili peppers. This one is by Renee's Garden. I've had this pack since 2022. I love growing these because they're great to make sauces with. I usually make a sweet chili sauce at the end of the season. Definitely a must grow. Next is something new that I've never grown before, and this is the Arapaho hot pepper. This is a cayenne pepper, so my goal is to make cayenne powder at the end of the season. So if you're interested, this is the West Coast seed Arapaho pepper. And then last but not least, my favorite, which I think I've already talked about on this channel, we have the Scotch bonnet pepper. I love growing Scotch bonnet, and I need a lot of Scotch bonnet peppers this season because my 2022 stash has basically almost run out, and I need to re-up on this because I use this every single week in my cooking. So last but not least, we have the Scotch bonnet pepper. Where am I going to put all of these pepper plants in my garden? I have no idea yet, but I'll figure it out. Okay guys, it's time to start some seeds. And there you have it, guys. Our peppers are finally started. Let's head down to the grow room. Before we put these under grow lights, I'm going to add a layer of vermiculite to the tray. This is a game changer because it helps prevent that green stuff you often see on seed trays, which is actually green algae. Next, I'm adding a humidity dome. Now remember, these seeds need a high level of humidity to germinate well, so I'm going to be leaving this on the tray until I see those first sprouts. Now, if you don't have a humidity dome, don't worry. Alternatively, you can just mist the top of your seed trays every day to keep that surface moisture up. Quick note, not every seed needs a heat mat and a humidity dome to thrive. There are actually seeds out there that prefer a cooler environment. If that's a topic you'd like more information on, let me know in the comments and we'll do a deep dive. But for peppers, we need to maximize that heat, so it's time to get them in their grow space. I'm placing my tray directly under my T5 lights. I really like using these because they actually emit a little bit of physical heat that you can't get with LEDs. When you combine the overhead warmth with the seed mat underneath, you're creating the perfect environment to get these seeds to wake up as fast as possible. And that's it, guys. Our February seed starting is officially in the books. This month is usually a slow one, but we did get a lot of seed starting done, starting off with herbs to build out our tea garden. Then we started my 4-year-old asparagus seeds, which, by the way, has germinated. And now we're ending the month off with peppers. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned when things ramp up in March. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.